Hello and welcome to Top Up Design. Today we're going to do a distance adjustment calibration. I'm going to quickly run through the sensor calibration again first. I have found some problems with this distance adjustment. It can be frustrating to actually get it to work sometimes. So I'll go through the sensor adjustment first. So let's get on with it because, you know. So in the software, you need it to come to this screen, but first off, you need to, in here, you need to make sure that your machine's connected. I'm actually losing it. So when you come to your send, you right click on your machine and then click the calibration. You can go straight to distance adjustment, but I find that if you don't do your sensor adjustment at least once first, your distance adjustment tends not to run. So if you right click that and then left click it, it loads up. Brings you to this screen, so load your mat in after you printed your test page and loaded it up on your mat. Click calibrate. It'll do the clicky clicky with the pen, and then yeah, not really sure why it did that. Shouldn't. It never used to do it on the normal one. So you load your paper in. These green marks here and on your printed sheet, they're virtual, they don't actually print out. You just want your blade, not your sensor, your blade to be over them. I'm going to do it on the bottom one because it's easier. Once your blade is over there, like that, so your blade needs to be in that green area. You can hit calibrate and it will do its thing. So the sensor senses the crosshairs first and then it will do the cut across the lines, but it doesn't feed it back out, so this is why I do the bottom ones, so I can feed it back out first and have a look before I do anything else. So you can see, I'm going to use the weeding tool to bring it up. Mine's pretty much bang on in the middle of the black line because I've calibrated it. Just view one of my videos or someone else's about calibrating it for that. You just move these. Mine's set at minus 0.25 that way, minus 2.5 that way, which got it to cut in the middle of the black line. So next we're going to do the line adjustment. So if you look at the printed page, you have the, it's frustrating. I think my computer's running slow because I'm recording at the same time. So you have the A, B, 1 and 2 here with your things. Now it's showing on the mat here to have it far top left, but sometimes the software asks you to put it across to the first line here. Once you click cut test cuts, now it seems to just do this a bit random. So I'm going to place my cutting head over to the left, where it would be approximately homed. And then I'm just going to press cut, test cut lines. Now as you can already see, mine says minus 0.99% that way, minus 0.26 this way. I had a play of it earlier, and from 1 to 2 mine was 1.5 millimeters over, and from A to B it was 0.5 millimeters over. When I moved these sliders to what the distance measured was, it didn't actually move it that distance, which is a bit frustrating, because it kind of says to me that it's never going to be quite right. So I'm going to redo it now. So click that. It'll cut it, and it throws it back out and goes to home. It's very quick. Now you have to look for the cut lines. Now I'm not sure if you can see this properly, but my cut line is here and the other one's here. So I have a cheap ruler that I measure. Should take out your machine and do it. So that's 1 millimeter over still. And then here it's down there. Yeah, it's cut it off the mat, so I can't measure it. This is what I mean by it's hit and miss. It's a bit weird. But you keep adjusting the slider until you get what you want. So mine's still a mil over. Let's reload it. Press cut test lines again. Just cut it here this time, you can't really see it. I can't see it at all. Yeah, it's frustrating. You should only have to do this once. So I'm going to leave it where the mat's in, and I'm just going to press cut lines straight away. Already you can see that it just does not cut in the same place. There's a 200mm from there. Yeah, it's cut off the mat over here somewhere. Very random. Very random indeed. But I'm more concerned about getting this one right. So that one's still a little bit over. I'm going to tweak it. Let's move it up. Still a mil over, so I'm going to adjust it quite a lot. You just have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it until it's right. let's actually cut it where it's supposed to cut it this time. Just here. So I keep moving it on the screen, on the software, here, and at the moment I'm telling it to do it quite a lot. I'm up to 3mm over, even though it wasn't. So let's keep going. Measure it again. Measure it again. So after a while you cut too many. You don't need a printed bit of paper for this because it will just cut it. The A, B, C, 1, 2 things are just there as a guide, so you can flip the paper over. You only need the printed ones for the other one. So let's wind it up a bit more that way. It should be, you measure it and you slide these sliders to where they are, but mine didn't work like that, which is frustrating. Let's measure it again. As you can see the lines clearer this time, but flipping it over you get some fresh cuts. I do suggest taking it out of the machine though. I'm just being lazy. This mine seems to have creased again. This new metal roll, this is a lot better. Yeah, mine's still a millimetre over, aren't they? Yeah. So that's how to do it, and you keep going until you actually get the 200mm distance right. It's frustrating, but you get there in the end.